All right, Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the 12 tribes. Yasha Allah giving the course, Allah on the glory and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh in the names of the God, Sini Yahweh Shah, his brother Yasha Allah, and I'm gonna get straight into this, right? So this is basically going into zealousness, and that, we should really yearn to and desire to get the spirit of zealousness, right? And to be zealous, just like how the righteous of our forefathers were zealous, right? And I'm gonna kick it off with this. Let's go to the book of Second Kings, right? Chapter 10. Second Kings, chapter 10. I'm going to kick it off with this precept real quick. This is the book of Second Kings, chapter 10, and verse 15. It says, "And when he was departed thence, he lighted on Jonadab, the son of Rechab, coming to meet him, and he saluted him, and said to him, Is thine heart right, as my heart is with thy heart? And Jonadab answered, It is. If it be, give me thine hand. And he gave him his hand, and he took him up to him into the chariot." So you want your heart to be right, just like how your brother's heart is right as well. All right, you guys want to be on one accord and one mind, fervent in spirit, serving the Most High. Right, verse 16. "And he said, Come with me and see my zeal for the Lord. So they made him ride in his chariot." So he said, "Come with me and see my zeal for the Lord." So we want to be able, to be like that, so that men can see our zeal for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And not to be praised amongst men. The Lord said, "Let your light so shine before men." In the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16. And that light, we know, is the commandments, is this word, right? Meaning keep the commandments wherever you go. The Lord said, "Let your light," I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35, the classic. It says, "Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning." The Lord said, "Let your light be burning." So wherever we go, we want to be able to show our zeal for the Lord, and we want to be zealous for the Most High, right? So let's get this precept as well, because the Lord Himself, He's zealous, right? I'm gonna get this precept actually. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5. The Lord wants us to be zealous because He is zealous. The Lord wants us to be like Him. All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5, and verse number 13. "Thus shall my anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted. And they shall know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them." Right? So He said, "I have spoken it in my zeal." Right? So the Lord Himself is zealous. Let's get this precept as well. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8 and 1. Through the Spirit, all praises. Zechariah 8 and 1. "Again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus said the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury." You see that? Jealous, meaning zealous, right? That's what that word means. It means zealous. So He was jealous over Zion with great fury. He's zealous for him. Meaning, and when you look up that word zealous, it basically means that you have a great passion for. So we want to have that same great passion for the Lord, just like how the righteous of our forefathers did, right? I'm going to get this precept as well in the book of Galatians, chapter 1 and verse 14, right? And it reads, "And it profited in the Jews' religion above many of my equals in mine own nation, be more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers." More exceedingly zealous. So Paul himself said, "Look, I'm more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers than many of my equals," right? So Paul himself identified himself as being zealous for the Most High. I mean, he's on fire, right? And he has a great passion and desire to do this work, right? That goes into being fervent in the spirit. Let's get this precept. It's a book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse number 11. It says, "Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord." We want to be fervent in spirit and have that zealousness upon us, right? I'm going to get this precept as well. I believe, let me see, if I'm not mistaken, right? Acts 18 verse 24. Praises, Acts chapter 18 verse 24. "And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man and mighty in the scriptures, came to Ephesus. This man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the spirit, he spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. So Apollos, he's written down in the scriptures as having a fervent spirit, and he's mighty in the precepts, right? And that's mighty. That's a mighty name and a mighty testimony, right? You're going down in the books as being an eloquent man, mighty in the scriptures, right? Instructed in the way of the Lord and being fervent in the spirits, meaning Apollos, he was zealous for the Lord. I'm going to get this precept as well. It's the book of Acts chapter 20. I'm gonna show you real quick how Paul was zealous, how you could see it upon him, right? His zealousness. It's the book of Acts chapter 20 and verse number 1. And after the uproar was ceased, Paul called unto him the disciples and embraced them and departed for to go into Macedonia. And when he had gone over those parts and had given them much exhortation, he came into Greece, and there abode 3 months, right? And when the Jews laid wait for him, and as he was about to sail into Syria, he purposed to go to return through Macedonia. So he had given them much exhortation. You see that? So I'm going to skip down to verse number 6. It says, and we sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread, and came unto them to Troas in 5 days, where we abode 7 days. And upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread, Paul preached unto them, ready to depart on the morrow, and continue his speech until midnight. You see that? So he continued his speech until midnight, man. So he was teaching and preaching until midnight. You know, you can see how he had that zealousness upon him, because he was fervent in the spirit, just doing the work of the Lord at all times, right? I'm going to get this precept as well, all right? I see another mighty act of valor in the scriptures that pertains unto being zealous. This is a book of Numbers chapter 25 and verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, had turned away my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel my jealousy. So he said, Eleazar, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, was zealous in killing, right? Who did he kill? It says in verse 8, he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman. What woman is this? You go up to verse Verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses. Right? So this woman was a Midianitish woman, right? And this man of Israel was with her, all right, in that regard. So Phinehas, he killed the man of Israel, and he killed the Midianitish woman. And the Lord said that by doing that, the plague would stay from the children of Israel. And the Lord congratulated him. The Lord congratulated him in that regard. He said that he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel my jealousy. You see that? And in verse 12 it says, wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God and made an atonement for the children of Israel. You see that? So we see here the rewards of being zealous for the Most High, right? So, you know, these just been a few precepts of the Spirit going on into how or being zealous and the prophets therein, right, through the Spirit. So all praises to Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, the Lord gives us a zealous spirit. But yeah, the water for tuning in. Shalom.